Yo, what's the deal, family? Welcome to another episode of Sips of Success. This is a bonus episode, and these are questions that we're answering that you had to ask of us.
Yes.
As you know, I am Cameron, and this is my beautiful wife.
Aaron, what's
This
up?
is just a bonus episode on YouTube only. Um,
Question and answer, baby.
yeah, so let's get it cracking. Number one, these first few are from Instagram. This is from Esther Gachungi. Man, I hate sometimes pronouncing names.
Yeah,
I
just
don't know if I'm-
apologies in advance.
Yeah, apologies in advance. So this is from Esther. And by the way, we just finished episode number 9. So if you haven't checked that out, go check that out. Question number 1: how do you handle disagreements, especially if it's the complete opposite? Wow, this question is very fitting.
We just talked about opposites attract.
Right.
Okay, that's the question.
Yeah. How do you handle disagreements, especially if it's the complete opposite?
You want to take that? Well, I'll start. For one, we don't really disagree much on things. We are 9 times out of 10 on the same page. Wow. But when we do disagree, we had this one disagreement that got kind of heated to the point where my chiropractor was like, "Oh, you're carrying this in your back." The brandy thing. We had a
real
very
disagreement.
pop culture based disagreement, or like our thoughts on chain restaurants, things like
Oh
that.
yeah, it's like fun stuff.
It's
really
fun stuff that
Yeah.
we have differing opinions on.
Stuff that
But
doesn't
it's
really
opinions. It's not pertaining to our relationship. So it bears no actual weight. But I think for us, we just respect each other a lot. And if we did come across something that we really are different on, based off of how we were when we dated and things that we did have more differing opinions when we dated.
Yeah.
That was where we kind of worked out a lot of our kinks, so that now we're pretty smooth sailing. But I would say that for the most part, we respect each other enough to be able to at least
Want to
hear each
understand.
other out and want to
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
The biggest things that maybe we have experienced since being married is one of us going to the other about something that we didn't like that the other did,
Oh yeah.
or feeling some type of way about a behavior or a whatever. And 9 times out of 10, the other one understands. So
Yeah. We always go into things with the intention to understand what the
Mhm.
other is saying. So I guess
Yeah.
that's how we handle just
Disagreements.
conflict in general.
Yeah,
Yeah. Which
exactly.
and I guess because of that is why we don't have much of it.
yeah. But I think that it's because it's rooted. The reason why we can do that is rooted in our personalities, and our values are more alike than they are different. So
Yeah.
we're both very understanding and willing to listen people.
Yeah. A lot of the questions are kind of like conflict based.
Mhm.
So I'm going to skip some of them. But this one, to kind of follow up with that one, is do you give each other space or do you try to settle the issue right then and there? I need space typically. I need like some time. But the times that it has gotten to a point where I'm like, all right, just give me a second. Let me think. And then after that, we'd be good. Like Aaron usually has to get it out of me, but
Yeah, that's annoying.
yeah, I need my space.
No, he doesn't just need his space. He just won't talk about it. It's just
Yeah.
like,
But it's like I have to.
I'm like, you are walking around with a chip on your shoulder, acting as if something's wrong and just not saying anything. That's the issue that I have when
Yeah.
it comes to needing space. It's like, I get it. I can give you space, especially if you communicate with me. I just can't talk about it right now. I just need to. I might be standoffish for a minute because I'm just in my head, whatever. But Cameron will just walk around like irritated. And I don't like that. If I'm irritated about something, I will probably say it sooner than later. So
Sooner
you're
than
not,
I do, but it's not right then and there.
yeah, it's
typically,
not
to answer the
usually right
question.
then and there. I do have to think about like, okay, what might he have been thinking when he did this or said this? And then I try to put myself in your shoes. And then I think, okay, what would be the best way to tell him this?
Your process
So-
is just way more quicker than mine. Me, I'm thinking about all like 100 different scenarios, and I'm trying to like, okay, we go here, it's not that. If we go here, it's not that. It's this, that, or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I get stuck. And then honestly, by the time I do all
Then
that,
you don't even want to talk
then
about
I'd
it
be over
anymore.
it. and then she'd be like, so are we on? But I'm like, I'm really kind of like, everything is all good, I guess, whatever.
Yeah, it's just so weird.
But it's really,
so,
I don't know.
Yeah, so it's a bit of both.
We do end up talking about it, so we resolve. I guess the time, it hasn't been a lot of times. That's also a thing. I feel like if this was an often thing, then maybe it would get better.
But yeah, I mean, overall, we have a little bit of both. I'm typically the one who's gonna try to speak it out, though.
Yeah. Okay. This is from Brittany Yvonne. How do y'all pick a place or activity for date night? We be struggling. Ha ha ha.
You can take that.
Honestly, I be saving stuff that I see, and we do have our go-to spots. Like we are pretty busy through like our week, so we always make sure we go on at least one date. It'd be like 1 or 2 dates, typically 2 dates a week.
Yeah, like a midweek and then
yeah.
a weekend.
So we have like our go-to spots, but how we pick otherwise is, I'm like, all right, one of us will at some point say, all right, we need to try somewhere new. And I'll either book somewhere and like give her a small surprise. Or
vice versa.
So,
and also when we have our marriage meetings, we try to at least
try to
figure out some type of date nights. Yeah, because that gives us time to book them and make sure they're available later in the month. So yeah, it's always new stuff popping up. I follow a lot of Detroit pages, so that when I see cool stuff, I just save it too. Yeah. Mostly social media, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, TikTok, I guess, for her. Mm-hmm. Me, I would say.
But we also do
we ride around.
We like to go on bike rides or scooter rides, or we'll try to ride around, like you said, like ride around and get hot chocolate and go see Christmas lights around town, or it doesn't always have to be something super expensive or spectacular.
Yeah. Or even sometimes no money is spent.
Yeah, we just go walk around our favorite neighborhoods.
Or drive around to different neighborhoods and just look at houses. By the time we realize it's been an hour.
Yeah.
So,
I mean.
Yeah, anything really, just kind of think outside the box.
Yeah.
Go get a bike. Go on a walk. Like, we go on a walk. I mean, it's winter time now, but like in the summer, springtime summer come. If it's not raining, like we're outside and we're walking sometime in the morning.
Yeah.
Pretty much every day.
Yeah.
Unless we just have other plans.
Oh my gosh, what is she doing? Goodness.
Our dog, I don't know what it is, but when we were recording the podcast,
she has the chillest dog
all day long.
We
turn the camera on. She wants to do everything under the sun.
My girl,
like everything.
Sit down. Okay, next question.
This is from Doing Life with Intention. Would love for you guys to discuss creating routines that help business and Cameron's job.
We don't have a super strict routine.
We have a general like area that we do per day. Like,
but it's not like strict wake up at this time. Yeah. Strict get to the gym by this time. Strict.
Yeah.
I would like to have more of that, but our life is a little bit haphazard. Like we might be up one night late editing and then don't wake up early enough to get to the gym in time, or we just had an event with YouTube, or things just come up, and it's just kind of hard to be married to a very strict routine.
Just because life can come at you fast.
Yeah,
But for the most part, like that's not every day either. So we do get up. We typically go to the gym.
Yep.
Sometimes one of us may have an appointment in the morning, so we may move something around, or one of us may not go to the gym. Like yesterday, I didn't go, or no, today I didn't go.
Yeah.
Because I had an appointment and you went without me. So sometimes we just we adjust to whatever the day looks like. But for the most part, we get up, we go to the gym, we come home, eat
breakfast,
start working.
Yep.
Yeah, we might take a break, take the dog on a walk, something like that, and
finish working, cook dinner.
Yeah.
Watch a show or do something together.
Very like.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And my job, I am a security engineer. I've been doing that for the past 7 years. I have been working at the company I work with for 11 years. And I'm an engineer.
Love that for you.
Yeah.
And
so
me.
Thoughts on this is the next question.
Mm-hmm.
This is from K Say Hello. Oh, K says hello. Thoughts on sex before marriage. This is actually this could be a good topic.
Yeah, we're probably gonna do a whole episode on this.
Yeah.
But that's a very loaded question.
Yeah.
I personally had have a very high regard for sex. And I mean, I feel like we both had a very religious
we have a Christian background.
Yeah, Christian background.
Like, Black
so
family through and through,
like
Christian background.
Don't have sex till you get married type thing.
Yeah. And then when you have sex, have all the babies in the world.
Yeah, you mean when you get married, have all the babies
in the world. Yeah, when you get married, have all the babies in the world.
But I mean, do I think that it's great to wait until you're married? Yes.
I think ideally,
in the perfect world, yes,
you do wait.
I would love that for whomever.
Yeah.
Did we wait? No. I always knew that I wanted to only have sex with my husband. Like that was something that I knew, which happened. Although it happened before you were technically my husband. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's a very loaded question that we would need to have an entire episode on. But what I will say is I don't think sex is designed to be loosely just
generated.
Given away. And I personally held a lot of esteem in aside from that, I feel like a lot of men respected me more because I respected myself so much.
Yeah.
And I respected God, and that was a big part of why I chose not to have sex for a long time until me and you had gotten really serious. And I was like 99% sure we would be together forever. So I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say like, do I think people should or shouldn't? Because to me, there are even drawbacks to waiting until you're married. Potentially.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't know.
It really depends on who you're asking.
Yeah.
I mean, Aaron is very, when it comes to that, Aaron is the, what's the word I'm looking for? She's like straight shooter.
Yeah, guys would try me all the way through college, like even after college, just like made it their mission to just take my virginity. Isn't that sick?
That was not my mission.
But like, also, once I realized that it was also kind of a power play, it became like...
You got smart with it.
Yeah, it became kind of fun too. Like, no.
For me, I wasn't as pure as Aaron.
Yeah.
Which
we had discussed after we were actually married.
Yeah, but Aaron had the idea. She thought that I was... Well, I kind of came to her and was like, I don't want you to think that I'm just like this holier than thou person, because she kind of was giving me the vibe that she thought that I was. So I just went on and was like, no. The reality is my cards just didn't play out in a way that I could have, I guess, interacted in that way.
Yeah.
And not to say even if I could have, I don't think that I would have went crazy or anything. It's just my cards didn't align in that way. Like I stayed home, first of all through college. Like I left home and moved in with her. So it's not like I had much opportunity to really even be in those situations because I am not that strong. No, but I mean, we'll get into it. But really, like I was trying to hold out for the longest, and
we both were. Yeah.
But for me, I just didn't. I was doing it because I was just told no for so long, and I didn't. You know, you're not really taught anything on what sex is. It's kind of like it's bad and then it's good when you get married. So that was kind of my idea. And really, I just wasn't honestly in the position to, I guess, go there. And then I did respect myself enough not to. Like it for you, it was kind of a power play for me too, because it's kind of like girls they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It was a power play in a way, but no, I wasn't that pure. Erin was
I was more of the innocent one.
Yeah, she was more innocent. I can't say I was just completely innocent.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think you need to make decisions that are the best interest of your body and like of your spirit. Yeah. And sex to me is just such a sacred thing. And it was designed by God. So it's like you have to treat that with respect.
Yeah, well, we need to move on.
So
See, that's what happens when you get two little church kids talking about
that's
sex
why
before
we
marriage.
need to just do a whole episode on that.
One peer, one somewhat peer.
Oh my gosh. Moving on.
We here now, though. You know, we here now.
Goodness.
Next question is from Angela. How do the two of you deal with insecurities?
These are some deep questions.
Right, man. Y'all I don't think I was ready.
Me either.
Should
Goodness.
have looked at these boys for real, for
I
real.
thought you looked at these.
I did, but not really. I didn't think about it.
Whew. Dealing with insecurities. I mean, personally, I do think that everyone has their fair share of insecurities. But I've never been the type of person to really focus on mine. Like, I won't say that I don't have them, but I've never just been so, like, into examining what my insecurities are so much that I'm, like, constantly trying to overcome them. Because to me, overcoming them is giving them energy.
Yeah.
Which, there's nothing wrong with trying to overcome your insecurities. I'm just more of the type where if I am insecure about something, it's kind of like, oh, I don't feel the best about that. But, like, I'm great at this, and this. Like,
Focus
I'm cool with
good.
that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's just always been my mindset toward it. So I know so many people spend so much time and energy trying to overcome insecurities, which is good. Like, if you have deeply rooted insecurities that are taking over your mind and your life, then I do think that those are worth, like, working on.
Yeah.
But for me, I have always been a pretty, like, self-assured person, to where even if I feel weird about something about myself, I'd be like, whatever, I'm just focused on these other things I know I'm good at. So
yeah, I would say the same for me. I think my biggest thing, I feel like my biggest thing, I feel like, first of all, I feel like everybody has insecurities. Like, somebody may be so confident where their confidence may overshadow their insecurities. I'm not saying I'm overly confident. I'm definitely not underly confident. Is that even a? I have confidence in myself for sure. So I do think everybody has insecurities. I would say for me, I think one of my biggest things was, and I feel like the older I get, when it comes to, like, communicating, I feel like I was over talked. But instead of, like, talking back, I would just show an action some type of way to prove who I am, you know, in some type of way without doing too much. You know what I'm saying? It's like I can make a statement without saying something.
Right.
So, but even too, like, in another example is, like, even with like friends and stuff, I may overcompensate with friends, but because I have looked for that in which I want to, like, I've looked for in others what I feel like I have been given to them. So
yeah.
But I don't focus on that. I don't think so.
Yeah.
It's like you said, focus more on your best qualities over what you, I guess, lack in.
Yeah.
If you really do even lack, I guess how you view it. I don't think I lack in there. It's just I think that some areas can get better instead of it being the actual insecurity.
One of mine has, I wouldn't say I've ever really been super insecure about my body, although I have always wanted more of an athletic physique and just, like, to look more curvy.
I feel like every girl who's, like, smaller wants that, and then some girls who are big wants to be
but
small.
It's
So
but I've also come to the conclusion, like, Aaron, you just, for one, need to put the work in, but for two, like, just do what you can. You know, be happy with what you have, and I am, and it's just like stuff like that. So yeah, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, nothing too crazy.
But anyway, next question.
Yeah. What are some big goals from each of you for 2024?
Getting the basement done.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely, like, getting Simplement off the ground into major retail stores. And I'd love to have more events and build more community in real life off of social media. Those would be, like, 3 big ones for me.
Yeah. Mine is, well, I guess it's ours together, but is to create another stream of income that is as big or bigger than the current ones that we currently have, such as real estate. We have dibbled and dabbed in something this year. I wouldn't say it failed, but it just didn't go through yet. So I really want to get into that so we can just kind of press on with life. And then
Yeah.
also, there's a toy that I want to get. So I only have 2 next year. Yeah, for now.
Love that for you.
We'll discuss more on 2024 goals, but that's like based up on things that we've already been deciding we need to do. So
Yeah.
I guess that's a good top 5 things. You said 3, I said 2. So,
Yeah, and just also prioritizing health and
yeah, all that good
all
stuff.
of those things. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Next question.
Do something light. Tired of all these harsh, like deep, intense questions.
This one, it's just 2 more from
Okay.
Instagram. Any thoughts about kids? You're both so ambitious. Would kids slow you down?
We actually did an episode on this not
Yeah.
too long ago.
I think that was like episode 7 or something
Excuse
like that.
me. We definitely want a family.
Yeah.
The timing,
Cheers to timing.
it's just like, we'll see when it happens. But
Where God sees it fit.
yeah, but we
Yeah.
we do want a family.
Yeah.
Well, do we think kids will slow us down?
No.
We very much so intend for our kids to fit into
our
our
lives.
lives as we
Yeah.
have been creating it.
Yeah.
So
We're not going to go backwards because we had a kid. We don't view
no.
kids as
If
like a
anything,
burden.
I think having a child is going to motivate us to just go
Increase.
even harder.
Yeah. Last question is from Nick. What do you like most about your partner that you've never expressed to them?
What do I like most about him? that
Nick
I've never
is a
expressed?
very I don't even know the word I'm looking for, but Nick is always doing this. Like when I get my haircut, like over the last 8 or so years, he has these very like thought-provoking situations or questions that'll make you think about something. I don't know where he gets this from, but he does it.
Okay,
I really
love
don't
that,
know if I
Nick.
can answer that because I just don't know what I haven't told you.
Yeah, because we are pretty transparent about what we like about
What
each
I-
other. I don't know. That's really hard because I'm very open.
I don't
about
know. Have I said this? I love that.
that.
I
I'm
love that you are always open to the things that I like to do. Well, that I want
yeah.
to do, I guess. Like you're down with my I'm gonna say shenanigans
I was
just as
thinking
much
that word.
just as much as I'm down with yours. So I
Yeah.
don't know if I've said that, but you are. Like you don't. I say yes to almost everything for you, and I can't say that you've said no to anything. So yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
I feel like you've told me that, but
I have.
not maybe in those exact words.
I don't know.
I'm really trying to think. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry, Nick. Not that I haven't told you. I mean, I can give you a compliment right now if you would like that.
It won't make or break me. You know what I'm saying? I think you give me
I
enough.
love you so much.
Appreciate it. Love you too. All right. This is from YouTube. Question: Does Aaron on Demand pay you a salary as a CEO or a COO due to your supportive role as a husband since she is operating as a business and technically y'all have
Yes,
created...
Cameron gets paid. Okay, moving forward.
Yeah,
Everyone who works for me gets paid.
Yeah. Yep. Everybody gets paid. There's no free labor around here. No. Next question. Do you see a shift in content creation where people seem to prefer real deep conversations via podcasts versus the mommy content creators and fashion influencers?
Oh, mommy content.
Hopefully that made sense. That's a question for you because I don't
I think that there will always be a demand for lighthearted content, easy to digest, like relatable content.
Yeah.
I do believe there's more like in-depth content that has come to the scene that people are really enjoying. It's a good contrast from what we've seen over the years. So yeah, I mean, I think that they're always both going to be relevant. Honestly, as long as something is entertaining, relatable, educational, like no matter how long or short it is, it's probably going to be relevant.
Yeah.
So
Sounds good.
yeah.
Next question. As individuals, not just within your marriage, at your lowest moments, how did you get yourself back up and keep moving forward and not get stuck in how you felt?
Wait, can you repeat that? I wasn't really listening.
Hey.
I mean, I was like hearing you, but I wasn't taking it in.
As individuals, not just within your marriage, at your lowest moments, how did you get yourself back up and keep moving forward and not get stuck with how you felt? Did you use whatever you were going through as fuel to move you forward? It's just yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So once you put it into perspective of this is either going to, like, it's happened regardless of whatever I think should have happened, this happened and this is the situation. So how are we going to move forward?
Yeah.
That is the type of person that I am. I try to be as solution oriented and just try to control what I can control, which is how I respond to something. So even if it's not the best situation, it's kind of like we're both very real in the sense that, like, well, it happened. So now what? You know, like, what can we do about it? So that's how I typically handle things that don't go my way.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a little bit more harsh on it. Like, I'm really like, it happened. Erin does. We're both like that, but Erin is more like she'll be like the nurturer in it, and I'm kind of like the, hey, all right, what's next? We just got to move forward. Now we obviously do discuss. It's not that harsh, but like we can get through things. But I did have a very dark moment in my life when we were dating, and honestly, what got me out of it was I simply didn't like the decisions that I was making. It didn't change the fact of what put me into the dark place. You know what I'm saying? So that was still the same. It was just I was aware enough of myself to know that, bro, you tripping.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we could talk. That can be an episode in itself, I guess. But just to, I don't know, talk about that time. I think we've kind of mentioned it, but yeah, just being me has gotten me back on my feet.
Yeah.
Like that's sometimes sometimes I don't think people give themselves enough credit to be able to pick themselves up. Like I think we go into things believing that there has to be something else that gives us life, when really sometimes we're all we need, and sometimes we are really all we need. But I mean, for us, we have a very big supporting cast around us, and you know, if you don't have someone to lean on, you really got to be confident enough yourself to know that you can, like, believe in yourself to pick yourself up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next question is, would you ditch your best friend for a relationship? Had your relationship changed your friendships?
These are the questions I like. Juicy.
Is that juicy?
Ditch my best friend for a relationship?
You definitely would not do so.
You said I wouldn't?
No.
I wouldn't ditch my best friend, but it would depend on why my best friend didn't like who I was with. If it was an actual real reason, then I would never ditch my best friend. But if I felt like my best friend was jealous or tripping, or it was just weird, then I would be willing to sacrifice that friendship for my relationship. Now, if my best friend was, if my best friend was on some shady stuff, then it's a no. But I don't think my best friend would be on no shady stuff. So if my best friend genuinely, for whatever reason, was trying to hold me accountable and protect me and express to me her feelings about this person, and I could, like, see some truth in it, it would be a hard pill to swallow. But if it's my best friend, I would value her opinion. Yes.
Yeah. I don't even got no best friends, so I can't really speak toward that. It hasn't. I mean, since we've been married, I feel like some relationships have changed, but I think that's just how life goes.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that part of the question.
When you get older, and you make different life changes, I think that's just natural. And honestly, I feel like the people that's going to be around is the people who's going to be around. I don't know any other way to put that.
Yeah, unless you and your friend group. The thing about it is, you have these friends from probably high school, college, and you were in the same environment, in the same stage of life for so long, and then you deviate and you go do your own things, and it becomes, like, harder to then relate to that person or to, So it is tougher when you get married too, because, interests change, priorities change. And, and then, like, you want to be with your spouse and you want them to come. But then if your friends are single, or, or if you don't like your friend's man, or the dynamics are weird, like, there suddenly is so many more factors now when it comes to like maintaining friendships. Like you're more likely to hang out with a couple when you're married, like constantly and get closer to them than I feel like you are like older friendships that maybe you haven't grown together.
I'm very much so. If she's not invited, then I'm probably
like,
not going.
It's probably not fun if I'm not there.
No, for real. Like, so I mean, there's that. But no, we're both the kind of people that we respect those who we love, whether it's a friend or a family member, enough to know that if there was any relationship, whether it's business, friendship, obviously marriage, whatever, that we respect their opinions on what's what. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that was the last question. These were some very deep questions. Next time we do this, a little lighter. It's like a 30-minute video because we're like thinking hard.
Like, this will be quick.
I thought it was gonna be quick.
Jesus,
man,
you should have read those before.
I did.
It's like, no, they were good questions. Thank you guys for sending them in. That was fun. And if you want us to do more of these, then just let us know. Yeah,
we are. We do. We didn't. Well, it's only been like 2 months, so this will be the first official end of the month bonus video or like episode or whatever.
Don't make promises we can't keep.
No, I'm saying I was gonna say we're gonna try to at the end of each month add an extra episode, but just for YouTube, just something like light, easygoing, maybe like a quick catch up. Maybe we do add on to our goals, something like that. Whatever you have, maybe questions for, or I don't know, maybe just add an extra topic in there, extra episode in general. We hope that everyone enjoys their season, enters a season that is very fulfilling in which you have a standard of or that you're expecting. So with that being said, if you rock with me, then you rock with us. We'll see you in the new year.
Bye.